Good morning, class. So, in the last class, we studied the poem Macavity, the Mystery Cat. We discussed in detail about what the poet's perspective about the Macavity and how Macavity becomes a mystery cat, right? We discussed about his physical appearance, his habit, and why the mystery cat is so wanted, why it is called a ginger cat, how many names it has got, etc. Now, today we'll discuss some poetic device about the poem. So first let me show you the rhyming schemes. So the rhyming scheme of the poem would be AA, BB, CC, BB. It will be a continuous pattern of AA, BB, CC, then again BB, and again it comes to BB, DD, EE. It's like a double repetition. If you see the last word, paw, despair, there, law. Macavity is a mystery cat. He is called the hidden paw. That becomes A. Law, AA. Despair, there, becomes BB. Again, if you see this word, Macavity, gravity. Now this again becomes AA, or you could select the next letter, CC, right? The first paragraph carries the letter double A, the next carries double B, and the next paragraph comes with double C. Then when you see the next word, stare, there. Now again here's the same sound. Again it becomes BB, same as in this line. This line and these last two lines carry the same sound. Despair, there, stare, again there. So these two are same sounds. The rhyming scheme here becomes double A, double B, again it becomes double C, double B. Then if you follow the pattern, it goes on similarly like a couplet. Sorry about the effect. It is AA, BB, then CC, BB, BB, DD, EEFF, CC, BB. This is according to the para wise I have given you. Okay. Now it's clear. If you have got your textbook, I want you to mark the rhyming schemes in your textbook as well. Okay. Try to do it by your own itself. Now let's look for the figure of speech. And yes, before we go into the figure of speech, the whole poem is a lyrical poem. It is based on the lyrics. Okay. Now let's see for the personification first. So the whole poem here is based on personification. How? Here the cat Macavity is personified as human, as he does all the things like a human character. The poet says that he can break any law, he can break the law of gravity, he can get away with things, he runs, he walks, he does all the things like human. Every para, every line describes his appearance like a human. Even if you see his physical appearance, it has been described as a human character. Sunken eyes, he has fine lined eyebrows. Every feature of the Macavity cat is given a personified character, a personified term. So whole poem is based on personification. Okay. Now let's look for the repetition. Repetition is very common in this poem because if you see, there are two lines which are continuously repeating in the whole poem. If you see for the first line, here Macavity is not there. Yes, this one. This line is repeated in every paragraph. Here, the first paragraph, Macavity is not there. Again, here it is repeated, Macavity is not there. Again, here it is repeated, Macavity is not there. So, similarly, it is repeated everywhere. So, it is a repetition. The repetition of life, Macavity is not there, is taken in the poem. So, the second figure of speech is repetition. And the one more line which is repeated is Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. This line is again repeated 2 times in the poem. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. This is again a repetition. Now, next is assonance. I think you must have not studied about the assonance previously, but it is a very simple figure of speech. You know what is alliteration, right? Alliteration is nothing but repetition of consonant words, right? So here assonance is completely opposite to it. It is a repetition of vowel sound within a group of word. Okay, so if you see this line, the best example, if you see, yeah, this will take the first line itself. Yes, if you see the first line, Macavity is a mystery cat, he is called the hidden paw. If you see this line, there is a repetition of vowel in the group of words. Which vowel is he repeated? A. Macavity, mystery cat, he is called a hidden paw. Again, the repetition of vowel sound a is repeated in the line of a group of words. So here the figure of speech assonance is taken. Let me write it down. Okay, clear? The repetition of vowel sound is taken in the lines of vowel sound A, assonance. This is one of the figure of speech which you are learning now. Now, next we'll move to alliteration, which I told you is repetition of consonant sound. Don't get confused between both. Alliteration is repetition of consonant sound and assonance is repetition of vowel sound. Okay, both are opposite to each other. Now, if you, the best example for alliteration is this. Macavity, Macavity, there is no one like Macavity. Here constant repetition of consonant sound M is repeated here. Now, if you see another example, yes, Macavity. Yes, he's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. Now this line, he's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. Again is a very good example of alliteration, repetition of consonant sound. Now, the next figure of speech is imagery. Here in this poem, the poet has used a lot and a multiple figure of speech, but we are not going to discuss the whole figure of speech. We'll only look for the major ones which you have been taught till now and what is given in your textbook, the para which is given in your textbook. The original extract of the poem is really huge, but you have only been selected 4 paras of the poem. Okay, 4 couplets of the poem have been allotted to you. So we'll only focus on that today. Now, imagining. Now let's see which line fits best for the imagery. Yes. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brows is deeply lined with thoughts, his head is highly domed. The best example for imagery cannot be anything than this. A very good example. You know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. Here, a very good imagination is being used to describe Macavity. Now, if you see the last line again, his brows are deeply lined with thoughts. He has his highest dome. This line can be taken as both imagery and alliteration. Both. Here you can also see the repetition of consonant sound. So this applies for both alliteration and imagery. Okay. Now, simile. We all know what is simile. Comparing anything with like and as, right? So the best and the most easiest one. So here simile is being used in this line. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. So here the movement of the head of Macavity is been compared to a movement of the snake with using the word like. Okay, he sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. So now, here we come to the end of figure of speech. Now before I close, I'll give you some hints on symbolization of this poem, which again comes under the poetic device. So here, if you see for the symbolization, when the poet uses various symbols in this poem. As I told you, it is a lyrical poem. It is a lot of figure of speech, a lot of poetic device, a lot of mixture, fully dependent on personification. It's a full mixture of elements. Okay, so here the poet uses various symbols in the poem. For example, if I say you, his appearance. The appearance of this poem is, villainous. It is a villainous character. The whole appearance of Macavity is shown as a villainous character. And the footprints of this, where he leaves his footprint and Macavity is not found there, is describing his appearance, shows his appearance, describes his name. Because of his footprints, people are able to identify that it was not no one but Macavity was here. Before they arrived, it was Macavity who was here, and now he's disappeared. So there are many symbolizations which are being used in the poem, which proves or which depicts the presence of Macavity, though he is never physically present. Okay. Thank you.